Welcome to Tax Flow to Cash Flow podcast. Today's episode is entitled The Silent Profit Killer. 5 costly signs you're running a taxable business, not a strategic one. Hi everyone, I'm Denise Givan, the tax strategist, and in today's episode, we're going to discuss why you are leaving so much money on the table. And I'm going to give you 5 costly signs that you're running your business, taxable business, and not a strategic one. So today I want to take you on a journey, and I want you to imagine this. You've built something that you're proud of. You finally got consistent clients, your sales are rolling in, and it feels like your business is working. But when tax season hit, you get blindsided. You owe more than you expected, and you can't figure out where did the money go. After a whole year of hustling, you're left wondering, what was the point if I can't enjoy the fruits of my labor? As a tax strategist, I see this all the time. Talented business owners unknowingly operating like employees of their business, not like business owners. They're taxable, they're overworked, and under optimized. And it's not because they're lazy, it's because they've never been taught to think like a strategist. So today, I'm going to walk you through 5 real signs you're leaving way too much money on the table because you haven't implemented tax saving strategy. What to do instead. Let's jump right in. Point number 1, you file taxes, but you never plan for them. You wait until March or April, and then you just hand over your documents with no idea what your return would look like. There are no quarterly check-ins, no forecasts, no moves made throughout the year. That's like trying to fix the score of a game after the game is over. Here's a tax strategy that I would advise you to take each year. Plan, plan, and plan. Planning must happen during the year, every quarter. Strategy saves you money before the deadline, not after the deadline. What does that really truly mean? If there's time to make adjustments, this is when you do it throughout the year, not before it's time to file your tax. And I just like to always advise people, and I'm going to use these words throughout this podcast. Plan, plan, plan. Let's talk about point number 2. You're still operating as a sole proprietor or a single member LLC with no election. Now, what does this mean? If you're running a real business and still operating as a sole proprietor or default LLC, you're overpaying. You're likely paying an additional 15.3% in self-employment tax. Now, here's a good tax strategy here for you. Let's elect to be taxed as an S-Corp. Done at the right time could save you thousands. Your structure should match your growth. So again, if you're operating as a sole proprietor or just an LLC with no elections, you are leaving too much money on the table. Let's move to tax tip number 3. Here's the point that I'm making for you today. You don't pay yourself strategically. I know you're saying, I'm supposed to pay myself. You take money out whenever you want or until there's extra, but there's no structure, no clarity. You're either overpaying in taxes or mismanaging your income. When in business, if you elect to be taxed as an S-Corp, you are required to have a payroll. You should put yourself on payroll. A lot of business owners tell me, well, sometimes I don't have enough money to cover the cost, so therefore I don't pay myself. You need a plan to set up your finances in the proper way. I know you're saying forecasting. I know you're saying mismanaging funds. What does all this mean? When it comes to taxes, you have to plan. Plan and plan. We're going to talk about that word all throughout the podcast. When you don't pay yourself strategically, you are leaving money on the table. Tax tip number 4. You're not using business to build personal wealth. Your business pays bills, but it's not building anything. No retirement plan, no trust, no Roth strategies, no passive investment. Your business should fund your future, build your trust, and fund your legacy, and invest from your business. What does this truly mean? You're building a business so that you can build a legacy. I say this all the time. The tax laws are built for business owners. So you have to learn all the rules of the game when it comes to tax. And in order to win in this game, you've got to know the rules. The first rule is you must plan accordingly. Strategize. Use your business to build personal wealth. And tax tip or point number 5, you treat tax strategy like a luxury, not a necessity. The biggest mistake I see saying, I'll invest in strategy when I make more money. But the longer you wait, the more you lose. Strategy is how the wealthy keep more. You don't want to wait to be rich to move smart. You move smart to become rich. Today, we have covered 5 points, 5 tips on what I call the silent profit killer. It's really why a lot of business owners do not take advantage of tax strategies. Whenever it comes to tax time, I want you to remember one thing. If you have not strategized throughout the year, chances are you have left too much money on the table. It's time to make a move. Let's get our tax strategies in order. I want you to join my Tax Savvy Business Audit Group session. Now, let me explain to you what this is. You hear me talk about the 5 biggest mistakes business owners make. I talk about tax planning. I talk about forecasting. I just gave you the 5 most costly signs that your business is a taxable business and not a strategic one. I always want you to have a platform where you can come and get information on the importance of tax planning and strategic tax planning throughout the year. I'll show you exactly where your money is leaking and how we can plug those holes. In the Tax Savvy Business Audit sessions, you have the opportunity to be joined with like-minded individuals who have questions that you probably hadn't thought of. And I dive deep into each question, dissecting each question and giving you the answers to all of the problems to show you and fix the problem so you can keep all of your hard-earned money. Now, I'm going to give you the information. It's in my bio. Go ahead and get the information out of the bio. Join me on the Tax Savvy Business Audit Group sessions, and you will be glad that you did. Until next time, remember, cash flow is the goal, but strategy is the path. This is Tax Flow to Cash Flow podcast, and I'll see you on the next episode.